Okay, so with the harvest lentil loaf, you're going to make a harvest country style gravy, which is again half a cup of water, half a cup of cashew pieces, or you can use rolled oats, or you can use whole wheat, or spelt flour, or unbleached white flour. 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm sorry, 2 tablespoons of oil, quarter of a teaspoon of salt, which is optional, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, or we don't use soy sauce, we use liquid aminos, 1 tablespoon brewer's yeast flakes, a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. When creamy, add 1.5 cups more water and blend. Pour into a saucepan and cook over medium heat, stirring constantly until thick. This is a good cream sauce. And be sure to rinse the cashews before you start making it into food. Do you need me to say that again? This recipe? Do you need me to say this recipe again?
No.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So this is a great country style gravy, and it's great with the lentil loaf that we're making. And I feel very generous today, so I'm gonna share my vegetarian burger with you. I have many of them. I have about 6. This one is my favorite, okay? So it is 2 cups black beans, cooked black beans, 1 tablespoon cooking oil, half a cup green peppers chopped finely, half a cup red onions chopped finely, 1 large stalk celery chopped finely, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of paprika, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, salt and pepper to taste, a quarter cup of hummus, 1 teaspoon soy sauce or Bragg's liquid aminos, a quarter cup quick oats, 2 slices dried whole wheat bread crumbled into tiny pieces. You can use a blender or a food processor. Heat oil in the frying pan on medium, low, and saute garlic and onions in oil until soft. Add the celery and pepper, fry until softened, then mix in the herbs and spices and heat through. Mash or puree half of the beans. Add the reserved beans and all other ingredients except hummus and liquid seasoning and mix well by hand. Then add enough of the hummus or liquid seasoning to moisten mixture fairly well. The mixture may seem a little sticky, but it's better than a bit dry because they will dry out while cooking. Form flat patties and cook on medium until brown, approximately 10 minutes. Or you can put in an air fryer, which I'm gonna actually, uh, that's another something to have in the house. Then you don't have to use as much oil, and it's pretty healthy. So I've shared 2 recipes with you, including the lentil loaf, the country style gravy, and one of my favorite black bean veggie burgers.
This probably veggie burger probably is real good because
It's so good, Audrey. Oh my
the ones that
God.
they sell don't, to me they don't taste I don't think they mash it up good enough. I don't know what they do.
I
They
don't
just,
even know what they do, girl. But just the elements and foods that we were talking about before. I want to go back to that as we wait for this wonderful dish to be done. Okay, so I'm way down on this. Okay, here we go. There we go. So remember I said that if you're eating white rice, white flour products, white sugar products, then slowly but surely you have minerals being leached from your blood by way of your number one and number two. The foods that will give you a lot of water because the body needs it: lemons, pineapples, peaches, grapefruit, oranges, all juicy fruits will give you water. Potassium. If you have lack, if you have not enough potassium going on in your blood, you're going to have some symptoms. Can anyone tell me, what do you think of some of the symptoms of lack of potassium in the blood?
I don't know.
Poor circulation,
Okay.
constipation, all female troubles, and what can give you potassium to replace it would be, of course, the sea vegetables. If you can't find them, all leafy green vegetables will give you potassium. Watercress, parsley, chard, tomatoes, beets, spinach, dandelion, watermelon. All of these foods will replace your potassium immediately. And I'm sure you know of some more. Who can tell me what are some more fruits that can, like people always say when you after you exercise you should have this fruit because it gives you your potassium back. Who knows?
Uh,
Trivia. Can you name a popular fruit?
That's bananas.
bananas.
Yes, absolutely. That's why they always say you can even plantains. If after you exercise, you need to replace your potassium because when you're sweating, you're losing potassium. You need to replace it. Sodium, very important. Sodium. Lack of sodium. What do you get if you have lack of sodium in the blood? You get hardening of the arteries, kidney stones, gallstones, stiff joints, diabetes. The foods that will give you back your sodiums outside of the Irish moss: spinach, okra, cucumbers, carrots, celery, apples, huckleberries, gooseberries, strawberries. These are foods that are high in sodium. Something else that's really another important mineral in the blood is iron. Iron is very important because it removes waste products and assists greatly in cleansing the bloodstream. Inorganic iron should never be used because it does not absorb and it irritates the kidneys. So the foods that can give you lots of really good iron are red and white cabbage, spinach, carrots, cherries, currants, beets. Sulfur, another important mineral in the blood, is needed. Sulfur is really needed for eliminating blood diseases of all kinds: skin diseases, eruptions, pimples. Rheumatism is the result when this important element is lacking in the blood. Foods with sulfur are cabbage, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, raw celery. These are all the stuff we just have in our stuff today, right? Raw celery, cauliflower, onions, radishes. Sulfur stimulates the liver and promotes the flow of bile. So that's another, I'm targeting certain minerals that are so important, right? So you know that potassium, all female trouble if you are lacking in potassium. Chlorine, it's a great destroyer of poisons. You can eat raw cabbage, that's how you get your chlorine. Spinach, radishes, asparagus, and cucumbers. Magnesium. Without proper magnesium in the blood, you will be constipated. You don't want to be constipated. Magnesium, nature's laxative. Lack of magnesium will give you auto intoxication, constipation, stiff joints, cracking joints. And some of the foods, other foods that have magnesiums is apples, potatoes, barley, string beans, blackberries, blueberries, cabbage, celery, chives, coconuts, and watercress. These are foods that will give you, yeah. Any questions so far? Manganese, very important, another important mineral in the blood. It's a strong purifier, neutralizes the body acids. Peppermint, endive, dandelion, senna. These are foods and herbs that have manganese. Oxygen, another important part of the blood. It's a dissolver, and you can find it in the air. You can find it in fresh fruits and vegetables. When blood passes through the lungs, it is purified by oxygen. It helps to assist in elimination. It hastens eliminations and burns of poisons in the body. And this is why you want to start taking foods like spirulina, sun chlorella, anything chlorophyll will help to detoxify the body very quickly. So it helps to aid in detoxification of the body. So that's very important to have in your system. As a rule, compare your body to your home. Do you keep your home clean and tidy, washing dishes regularly, laundry, toilet, bathrooms, and floor? Have you been maintaining your body with nutrients and cleansers for the mind, body, and soul? That's what we have to do. So certain foods we don't want to put in our systems anymore. This includes white rice, white flour, white sugar products. Here are a few reasons why. Flesh protein requires the body to work harder to break down, whereas fruits, vegetables, and grains require less work. When ill, the body needs to work more on healing and detoxifying rather than digesting heavy foods. The body heals faster when you're not eating. So when you're fasting and doing the amazing things that you can do while you're fasting, like the herbs and the teas, your body heals faster. If you're eating and then trying to clean at the same time, it slows down the process of healing. White rice, white flour leaches the body of important nutrients. Some of the nutrients I just talked about: potassium, sodium, magnesium. It leaches the body of this. Sugar causes fermentation and inflammation, and it clouds the brain. Alcohol dehydrates and kills the cells. Nicotine whips your adrenal glands and makes you feel like you're up and you're ready to go, but it's just whipping your adrenal glands over time, and over time, as your adrenal glands get whipped over and over again, your metabolism gets destroyed. And you wonder, oh, why am I gaining weight? I exercise, but I'm not losing anything, because your metabolism is destroyed from the nicotine. Cheese should never be introduced to the stomach. It can upset the stomach, creating mucus and inflammation that finds its home in the lining of your colon. And you know, the lining of your colon is where your body absorbs nutrients.
What are you talking about? Cheese, you said?
Yes. Cheese should never be introduced to the body, period. It's just at this point in our lives, when you're like 6 and 7, your body can handle it. Right now, it just causes a lot of inflammation. And you know, you want to cut down on inflammation during COVID. COVID is a time where you want to cut down on inflammation, because you don't want to get that disease and then have a lot of mucus like in your body waiting. You want to clear the mucus. The key to health is to maintain the 5 eliminative organs: the lung, the liver, the colon, the kidney, and the skin. If you can maintain those on a daily basis, you're on your way to good health. On your way to good health. Okay, so something else I want to share with you guys. It's called Rejuvelac. Rejuvelac is a delicious enzyme-packed drink made from soaked grains. It contains vitamin B complex, K, E, lactic acid, and water-soluble minerals. It aids digestion and acts as a protection against bacteria in the intestinal tract. It's a very important thing to have as part of your life. And I'm going to share it with you right now. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen.
Is that something like kombucha? No.
Yes, pretty much. It's pretty much like that.
At one time you used to make that thing for me.
I make it. I actually do.
I don't know how to make that.
But I'm gonna start making it again. I'm gonna stop sharing right now, and I'm going to pause the record. Self is flax seeds, hemp seeds, and spirulina, which I always have. Spirulina, always have in my house. Hemp seeds, I keep it in my house. And when I make my smoothies, and this is flax seeds. Oops.
You know what makes a nice milk?
This is flax.
Hemp seed and walnuts. Very nice.
Excellent. So those 3 are amazing. So I'm going to show you this oat berries. And you know what? Since I have a whole thing of it, I'm gonna start a batch right now. So,
what are you making? Kombucha?
Yeah. So this is Rejuvelac, and it has enzymes.
So what do you put in the Rejuvelac?
Water. All you have to do is 1 cup of grain to 2 cups of water. These are oat berries, and the reason why this is really good, I'm going to show this to you. It looks like this. This is oat berries, or we call it oat groats. And the reason why it's good is because this you can put into the soil and grow it.
Okay.
It has all of it's unhulled. It's unhulled, it's not hulled, so it has the protection, the covering over it. And you literally
Don't you have to put some type of sugar in it for it to ferment?
No, no. All you have to do, 1 cup of water to 2 cups of grain, and you rinse the groats. You have to rinse them, and then once you rinse them, you put it in a bottle, and the bottle has to have a very strong cap, or else it will pop out because it's the fermentation process. It starts to really become alive. So you need to put in a bottle that's really has a strong covering, and you put it over 60-degree Fahrenheit heat, which is probably your pilot light if you have a gas stove, or in the summertime you can put it on your pilot on the by your windowsill, and it needs 60-degree Fahrenheit to activate. And for 24 hours you let it do its thing, and this 1 cup of grain will give you 3 batches of Rejuvelac. So you just strain it out, put some more water in it, strain it out again, put some more water. The last one is the
What does
strongest
it
one.
taste like though?
It's good. You can add some honey to it, lemon, and it's a great drink.
What about if you put a little ginger in it?
Exactly. It's like effervescence. It feels like fermentation. You know what I mean?
Because you know what I did over the summertime? You know how we used to peel the skin of the pineapple and
Yes.
put it out in the sun?
Yes.
I just did that, put a little ginger, put some cinnamon sticks, some clove, and left it in there.
Uh-huh.
It was like a kombucha with a pineapple flavor
Wow.
because it fermented in the
Exactly.
we used to do in back in the day. My mother used to do it.
Well, fermentation is really
Just
good
like nothing.
for the stomach. Very good.
It was really good.
So this is really a really good thing to try. And I'm gonna check on my loaf because it's been almost more than 45 minutes.
Okay.
I can smell it. Wow. Looks awesome. May need some more time. Wow. It's good. It's done.
Let me see.
It looks really good. Let me try to hot.
You got food for the whole of next week.
I have just a lot of food. I'm gonna share it. I'm not gonna be eating all of this.
Nice. Beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
So, you let it cool,
And then you slice.
and you slice in, and then you put your country style gravy in a salad,
And you're good.
and you're good to go. And
You-
you can make sandwiches out of it if you're into bread.
Yeah.
Um,
A nice thick slice of spelt flour bread, spelt loaf would do it good.
exactly. This is really good. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Awesome. So thank you everyone for coming out to Cook to Live.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about what did you guys there's one thing you're taking away from this workshop today.
Healthier eating habits for me.
Mm-hmm.
I started that from the first class, so yeah,
Okay.
it's good for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Like some people left, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were from the first group.
I know they must be tired. They've been on Zoom for like hours.
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm so sorry that you're having difficulty.
Yeah, I've got to figure out. Probably have to call somebody because I've Googled and I've looked in the manual. I don't know.
You gotta call the manufacturers or the store.
It looks like it's coming